Do you ever get this sudden, sinking feeling that you are running out of time? It usually hits late at night, or maybe while scrolling your feed. This quiet panic that the clock is ticking, and you are somehow falling dangerously behind. You know the checklist. By 25, you are supposed to have your career path figured out. By 30, a serious relationship and a down payment on a house. By 35, you should be stepping confidently into your peak earning years. While this pressure feels deeply internal, it is actually a product of external societal conditioning. We take these broad social expectations and mistake them for our own private failures. We have built our entire society around a single, invisible trap. We treat human existence like a factory assembly line, complete with mandatory checkpoints and expiration dates for our success. But the feeling of being late is an illusion. It relies on measuring yourself against a phantom track, a schedule that does not actually exist in the natural world. Long before modern productivity culture, Daoist thinkers were already arguing against the idea of forcing life onto an engineered schedule. We can see this outlined in a 2,500-year-old philosophical text called the Daodejing and its presumed author, Laozi. In the 8th chapter of the text, Laozi offers a completely different model for how to move through the world. He states, "The highest excellence is like water." Think about how a river actually behaves. It takes the path of least resistance. It routes around boulders, pools in valleys, and never checks to see if the river next to it is flowing faster. Yet without rushing, it eventually reaches the ocean. Trying to force your life to hit a series of predetermined milestones violates the natural law of the Tao. It creates intense friction and exhaustion because it attempts to override the organic way things actually grow. Here is an ancient text outlining a core Daoist concept, One Wu, or the 10,000 things. This refers to the totality of the universe, with a specific distinction. Every single entity possesses its own entirely independent identity and life momentum. An oak tree operates on its own organic schedule. It sprouts, drops leaves, and extends its roots when local conditions dictate. It never looks at a nearby pine tree and considers itself a failure for growing at a different speed. We are also part of the 10,000 things. When you measure your own timing against a peer's, you are misunderstanding your own distinct nature. You are judging an oak by the schedule of a pine. Because every entity is an independent variable with its own trajectory, the concept of being behind collapses. Without a single shared track, there is simply nowhere to be except where you currently are. Our standard reaction to missing a checkpoint is to panic. We scramble, we rush into the wrong careers, settle for the wrong relationships, and frantically try to fix the trajectory through sheer force of will. Chapter 29 of the Daodejing explicitly warns against this impulse. It observes that the world cannot be won by forceful effort, and that holding on to a specific outcome too tightly guarantees you will lose it. The act of desperately trying to catch up requires you to swim upstream. You burn through your energy fighting your current circumstances instead of learning how to navigate them, which only pushes you further off your organic path. This frantic, forced action to correct an artificial timeline is the exact mechanism that keeps us feeling perpetually lost and exhausted.
This diagram illustrates two ways to move through life, leading us to the Daoist solution for the trap of forcing, a concept called Wu Wei, often translated as effortless action. It is easy to mistake this for apathy or laziness, but Wu Wei actually means aligning your actions with the natural flow of your circumstances, rather than fighting against them. When you stop trying to wrestle your life into a preconceived shape, the friction disappears. You see your actual options clearly, and as the text notes, when you practice non-action, there is nothing which is not done. Curing the sense of being lost requires abandoning the phantom timeline altogether. By letting go of the engineered schedule, you allow your life to take its own natural, unforced shape.